the way that I always looked at financial consciousness and being there was, it's all of our responsibility. Right? We owe it to the public at large, we owe it to our customers, we owe it to citizens all over the U.S. to make sure that they understand how to deal with their finances. It's up to us as financial institutions to deliver the tools in a meaningful way that are easy to use, simple to understand, with no hidden fees or other things that you're going to hit people with. This is their savings. It can be very stressful for people, and helping them deal with that stress and helping them get over some of the anxiety that they feel when they're trying to sit down and everyone talks about how important it is for retirement or how important it is to save your money for a rainy day. A lot of people don't understand even what that means or the tools that are available to them. So I believe it's incumbent upon all of us to help teach people more about dealing with their finances. I think without the basic underpinnings of things like budgeting and being aware of a thing as simple as what are the expenses in the household, right? What do you need each month? What do you need to pay? How do you deal with it? Trying to help them understand that really lays the underpinnings for them to begin to understand how much can they afford to save, how much should they save, right? It doesn't matter how much you start with, you just need to start. So the way that I've always looked at this is it has to start with day one. So I think it's incumbent upon our schools. I think it's very important for the education system to bring in basic financial consciousness and basic financial literacy for all of the kids coming up. I think it's an extremely important part of your education. You may go to school and be phenomenal at math and science and English and get excellent grades, but if you graduate and you don't understand what it means to be able to take care of yourself financially, how much can I afford to pay for rent? How much can I afford if I need to go take a taxi or I need to rent a car, I need to have a car? What does that all cost? What implication does taxes have on the income that you're going to make coming out of school? How do you handle your own finances? I think that's probably one of the single most important things that you can hand to your kids is understanding why when you tell them, you know what, I can't do that right now, or we can't afford to buy that right now because it's not in this month's budget. Most kids just take that as a no, and they don't really understand why, right? I think it's on us to really explain to them, what does it mean? What kind of a take-home do you have? What are the expenses that you have that are on a recurring basis, and what can you actually afford? And what does it mean to save for something? What does it mean to save for retirement? They're very simple concepts, but people really struggle with them if they don't see it, and then you hear all of the jargon and all of the big words that are thrown at people. I think it's important to break it down into very simple, start with a savings account, start with the basics of a budgeting process. And what the council has been doing in terms of education and bringing this out to mainstream, I think is absolutely amazing.